Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, April the 18th, 2023. Tuesday, April the 18th. Well, it finally, after way too long, y'all, happened. Harrison Chase got reinstated. We can finally get back to the chapter of the PCPD actually having another detective on the squad. Man, it took too long, right? So Brooklyn was happy. She's jumping up when they said, you're being reinstated. Brooklyn jumps up, effective immediately. And they're like, the reinstatement date you'll be notified, right? And so Dante was there. He came in at the end, and Brooklyn ended up saying she had to leave. So she hugged Chase, rushed on out of there. And Chase and Dante ended up going to whatever place that is that they go to and sit on that patio area. Is that Peaks? I don't know. I didn't know Peaks had a place to sit down. And I don't think the PC Grill has that kind of seating. And anybody knows where Dante and Chase were having their cup of coffee talking, let me know, because I completely never know the name of that place. So anyway, they're talking and Dante's just saying, welcome back. And Dante ends up giving Chase his badge back. And he goes, wait a minute. When did you get this? He goes, oh, the commissioner gave it to me this morning. And he goes, how did she know I was going to get reinstated? Dante said, look, we all knew you were going to get reinstated. The kind of person you are, you belong on the force. So snap that thing on and let's go, partner. So he was happy and he did. And he's wondering, why did Brooklyn leave so fast? Dante said, maybe she had someplace to go, which she did. She had to go to GH because Olivia and what's his name? Ned. Olivia and Ned wanted her to pick up Leo from his technology class at the hospital, for autism. They got them into this real robotics technology, and he loves it. And she said the problem is extracting him from it. It's very difficult. She says, I think that's why Ned and Olivia always try to send me to get him out of the class, right? But she was talking to Sunny, and I fast forwarded where she was going to talk about her personal life. Sunny, I didn't care. But she ended up spilling the beans that Michael and Willow are getting married tomorrow. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. I'm tired. Man, goodness, I may have gotten 2 hours sleep last night. But anyway, so Sunny was kind of hurt because she goes, I am so sorry. I thought you knew. And I thought, who would have told him, Brooklyn? But you. Who other than you would have told him? So while Sunny was talking to Brooklyn, Nina was talking to Valentine. And they had a real good talk. Nina, he was just talking about, what his father's done. And he was so sorry, with abducting her aunt. And Nina says, Valentine, this is not on you. This is not. And he was like, and the kind of man my father is. She goes, oh, yeah, oh, vile. But that's not you. He said, Valentine, it took us a while to get to this place because with what you did, having Sasha pretend to be my daughter, it took me a long while, but I realized it actually was coming from a place of caring and love. You knew how much I wanted to be a mother. And he goes, that was just the only way I knew how to give it to you. I would have given you anything, Nina, And she goes, I know that now, now it's not the thing to do, but what you were trying to do, I understand it. Because truly, Nina and Sasha are close as mother and daughter, right? They really are. As a matter of fact, bottom line, Nina could be her adoptive mother. Realistically, I'm surprised Nina didn't just make it official. So, you know what, Sasha, I know you're a grown woman. I know it. But you don't have a mother. I may have found out I have a daughter, but you're closer than any daughter to me. Sasha Gilmore, would you be my official daughter? To me, that's what Nina should do. That would mean the world to Sasha. And that would mean the world to Nina, right? And actually, Willow might get a little jealous. Wait, huh? Wait, she's your daughter now? I mean, So that would be a very, very good thing to do. I mean, adults get adopted, you're my daughter now, and I want to make it official. So she and Valentine just had a really good, and she says, that sets you apart from your father, is your capacity for love, Valentine. And he was just like, okay, because look, he loves Anna deeply, doesn't he? He loves that woman to her core, and his daughter Charlotte. But remember, before he was able truly to express his affections for Anna, he loved Nina deeply. Whoa, goodness, it took him a minute to get over Nina. So then Sonny comes back over, and Valentine says, look, I got to get back to Anna. And he's like, thank you, Nina, for what you said to me. So we have Willow. She's working on Michael. Ooh, she's working on that man. About, for the wedding, I want Sonny there. And he's like, she goes, no, I'm not saying forgive him. I'm just saying it's important that he be there for your sisters, because they are so excited about being a flower girl. And he goes, what does Sonny have to do with that? Sonny is their family. And it would be important for their father to see them in their flower, to just be a part of that with them. That would make them feel so comfortable. She says, already there's starting to be a division amongst your siblings with this stance you're taking towards Sonny. She says, you are the glue, Michael. You're the one that actually can put everything together. So she's saying, for just this one day, I need you to do this for me. And she's like, and I need you to invite him. And he was like, oh, okay, right? And then she says, the difference between Sonny and Nina is you've had a lifetime with Sonny in your life as your father. I have not had that with Nina, and what she's like, it's completely different. And in my mind, I'm thinking, I see what you're saying. I understand what she was saying with the experiences she had with Nina are negative. But truth be told, with her whole thing about family and her kids, Nina is their grandmother, Willow. Better or worse. And Nina would not harm them. Now, look, if she had the chance, she might let them think their grandfather's dead. She'll do that. She'll watch him mourn and grieve and everything else, knowing, oh no, he just got hurt and he's over in the next state. Nina will do that. But to physically harm them, she would not do. So I really believe, because see, if Liza was there, well, for one, if Liza was there, they wouldn't be having the wedding tomorrow. The wedding would be in the summer, and Liza would get Willow to invite Nina. But something is going to happen or come around. Maybe Nina will come to Willow once Sonny gets the invite and she's not, and beg Willow to let her be there, because Willow might not make it, and Lizzo might not be freed in time. And this mother would like to be at her daughter's wedding. So come on now, Willow. You're so just magnanimous or just altruistic. You should see this will be an opportunity, should be an opportunity that Nina should be there, right? she should be there, but you should just let her know, I expect you to be on your best behavior. Because without Nina being told to be on her best behavior, Nina would come over causing some trouble. Oh, she'd be saying all kind of crazy stuff to people when nobody's looking, right? So I'm gonna let you come, Nina, but be warned, you start anything, you're out of there, right? So, and same for Carly. It's Carly, Nina's coming. I invited her. So when you see her, don't say, why are you here? You couldn't have been, she's invited, Carly. I need you to be on your best behavior. And for this one day, look, you and Nina just stay at your neutral corners. That's all that needs to happen, neutral corners, right? So then we had the interesting bid with, the auction for who's going to be the highest bidder to be able to kill Ethan. Goodness, what a horrible Hunger Game, right? Holly jumps up, ends up saying 10 million. She's trying to outbid the last person who bid, I think, 7 million. And Felicia's like, I know you don't have that kind of money. I hope you know what you're doing. And Holly's like, we'll see. Just follow my lead. I can't even do Holly's accent anymore. Boy, I was so good at it. But if you notice, I don't know, Holly is not talking in a stronger English accent as she has for me to like pick up on it, right? So she wins the bid. When it's time for her to put her bank account information in so they could withdraw the 10 million, she's like, my money handler will be in touch. I'll take my prize now. And he's like, no, that ain't how this works. You have to transfer the money. Do I look like I keep that information on me? She goes, you don't have to keep it on you. Type it right in here on this pad. Just go right ahead. You can access from here. So she goes, well, I told you my money, but she goes, well, you know what? No money right now. You don't win. It automatically defaults to the second highest bidder. And he pushes a button and he goes, oh, and guess what? They're transferring the money as we speak. So person in this huge white hat walks in, white dress. I knew it was Tracy. And all they had to do was show the bottom of her chin. I knew that was, and shame on Felicia or even Holly for not knowing that was Tracy. You could tell that was Tracy Quartermain, right? And so she walked in there like, she's like, okay, I'm gonna go on over. And Holly is like, no, I won. And Tracy's like, you know what? You should have had the money or whatever she said. And she breezes by and she says, come on, love it. You're coming with me. And then Holly kind of grabs for her arm and it flips off her hat. And I said, there we have it, Tracy. But you know what? I love the way they had her looking in that long, straight gray hair. Tracy looked good in it, right? And Felicia, Tracy. What are you doing here? And Tracy looks at her and says, obviously better than you two, And so then the guy that's over the auction house says, are you working together? Because, I guess that would be against the rules. Here we had Holly, like Tracy being a high bidder, but yet Holly came way high so that nobody else would come above, and it would automatically default to Tracy. Well, I can see how that could be a no-no, because somebody else could have bid 8 million or 9 million, right? So Ethan had already freed his hands. So he knocks out the guy near him. We had a stunt double knock out the guy for Holly because that wasn't her. And Felicia hit somebody over. So they all take out the people there. And Tracy's standing against the corner with her hat kind of like, oh my God, I'm not like them. I may throw some money around, but woo, I've never done what they've done. You know, Tracy was not Luke's ride or die like that. I mean, I do remember her going on a few little adventures with Luke where they're in a casino doing stuff, you know, scamming, but nothing physical for Tracy, right? So Ethan runs over against the wall, says, "Come on." And he grabs her, and they're like, "Let's get out of here." So they go running out the room. So yes, 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 yes. Ethan has been rescued. And guess what? Victor got 7 million for him, right? Um, except now he's gonna know that Holly has him because you know everything's gonna get reported back to Victor. He's that's almost his operation realistically. So we shall see. Is that going to be the first and only time we see Tracy? Did they just bring her back for that scene? You know, I don't know. We don't know how much are we going to see of Ethan and Holly. So we shall see. For sure, it'll only be a few episodes. It's not going to be long, right? But it was pretty good the way they got him rescued. I was happy for that chapter to close. So then we have something cute, something really, really cute. I really liked it. Robert and Diane were trying to go to dinner, and guess what happens? The car overheats. The roadside assistants couldn't get there for 2 hours. So Robert says, "I can fix it faster myself." And Diane says, "Well, I'd like to see that." So then, you know, for Robert, that's challenge accepted, right? So he's tinkering, and they're talking, and he still said, "I don't know how you could work for Sonny." And Diane just talks about the first case she took for Sonny and how it's been a great adventure for her. You know, not only is he her highest paying client, but she loves being able to use the law, just the law to win the cases. He says, "Boy, does," she goes, "it puts me to the real test with my skills." And she loves it. She goes, "Trust me, there is a line." And she goes, "I've never crossed that line, and I won't cross the line. But they allow me to really use my skills, my legal knowledge. And I like it. It keeps me challenged and interesting." She says, "I'm going to tell you the best client was Jason Morgan." She said, "Jason knew how to give me he knew how to give me enough room to really do my magic." She's kind of like, you know, the others take it a little close, but Jason," she goes, "he's the perfect client." So anyway, Robert was kind of thinking, okay, I see what you're talking about, you know, because come on, Robert is district attorney, and I don't ever recall Robert having a lawyer's license. I really don't, but okay, right? So he tells her, she's still dressed in her suit or her pantsuit, "I want you to hold your finger right here while I go start the engine." And so she's like, right here with their little flashlight. So she's holding it. And I'm thinking, well, what's wrong with that picture? Before I'm holding my finger on anything under a hood while you crank her up, it's no. You, Robert, hold your finger here because I know how to turn an ignition from inside a car safe, right? So when he did, I knew something was going to happen. And then oil started squirting all over. She's like, oh! Because you kind of hear little, not an electric shock, but oil's all over her great suit top, right? So she comes from behind because I guess he had that jersey in his trunk. And he goes, she goes, "Robert, it was an accident. You don't have to say sorry again." And he goes, "But let me pay for your dry cleaning." She said, "Done. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're going to pay for my dry cleaning." So they're talking. He said, "You look good in that jersey." She's like, "Whatever." So next thing you know, Robert's coming close with his little grubby, greasy hands. And he's like pulling her. She goes, "Whoa, hey, whoa, no, I don't want you kissing me in the," and as she's saying that, he's laying it on her. And Diane's like, "Well, okay," so she puts her arm around him and they're kissing. And I'm like, yeah, first kiss, yes, this is the first kiss that they've had. They still have not made it out to dinner on a dinner date yet, but that was really cute. So we can look for more from their romance. I can't wait because I really like them as a couple. And then Gregory tells Alexis that he has ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease. And I guess the medical term is a myotrophic lateral sclerosis. It's a nervous system disease. And he was saying, yeah, how soon his brain is going to stop being able to send the right signals to his body to do the things he needs to do. It's funny, it almost sounds like Huntington's disease. I mean, I know there's probably a whole lot of differences in the diseases, but Britt, that was her main thing, is she was going to lose the ability to function, like, hang on to things. And she was already starting to shake. And he was saying, yeah, his symptoms are getting worse and there's no cure. And he says, I'm not telling my sons because soon enough, they're going to be the ones having to completely take care of me. And for right now, I want them to be able to live their lives. And I thought that was interesting. Okay. But come on now. He's talking about the medications. There's medications that may or may not prolong. And he's saying all of this. And I'm thinking, it don't sound like you're taking any of those medications. Because guess what? Like you said, may prolong. Any extra week of you having some sort of, control over your motor skills. I mean, or your what do you call them? The physical skills. I don't know. Well, some people, everybody has their own medical reasons for what they want to do. But anyway, with a doctor like Hamilton Finn, he'd be the first one that would know. Because it would be, look, what can you concoct, right? That's going to help me, help your daddy. So anyway, Alexis was just like, wow, because she understands now the gravity of it, right? And I took this picture of Alexis because everybody, isn't she just gorgeous? Alexis, the actress, and I don't know her name. I looked up some information on her. I know she's 58. Look, 58's the new 38. Well, not 38. 58's the new 48, right? She looks good. That is a great hairstyle for her. It makes her look younger. And I'm happy because, this time last year, as a matter of fact, she had a mini stroke on the set. And they were able to rush her to the hospital and get her medical care right away, which is why her recuperating was as fast as it was, because we had an actual interim Alexis that came on board. The interim Alexis came on board the 22nd of March, but her first air dates weren't until like April, because this Alexis, this actress, had already filmed up enough, because they're ahead of the game. She was already more than a month ahead in filming. So yeah, no real residual effects from it, and she's looking really, really good. So I just had to take that picture of her. Kudos to you. And then I was on Soap Opera Digest, and this picture, because they talked about what happened in history April 18th. Just, different, and they had different pictures of things that happened over the years, April 18th in Soapland, different soap operas. And this one popped up. Wow. Anybody know who that is? We've got a young, handsome new mob boss, Sonny Corinthos. And we've got newly brain injured Jason Morgan, gravitating towards Sonny. And I said, now that's a blast in the past. Maurice was just a hunk. Goodness gracious. I could see why Brenda and whatever version of Carly was constantly fighting over him. Gorgeous. So anyway, I just wanted to do that history blast from the past picture. So let's go to comment corner. Got a few comments. I'm going to breeze right through. Annie says, so true. What you say, what I said, something she liked and said so true. Tulip says, I'm sick of Willow treating Carly like gold. Tulip also says, I'm so disappointed in Willow. I wish she would just get over herself about Nina. I hope she just died. What? That's a little deep, Tulip. I hope she just dies off because of her bitterness is going to be passed into her children. If it wasn't for Nina, she wouldn't have a bone marrow transfer. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, you saying because of Liesel? I mean, because look, if Nina wasn't her mother and she had another mother, maybe she wouldn't even have leukemia, or maybe somebody in her other mom's line would be a marrow donor, So Willow is softening towards Nina. She just needs to be a bit more for her wedding. We're talking special occasions. I'm not saying have Nina over for a tea party, but this is a wedding. And you're having this shotgun wedding right now because you think you may not be around a week later. So there is a difference, and there is a reason to go ahead and let Nina in, right? And oh dear says, I forgot Michael slept with both sisters. Sister slept with both sisters too, but the citizens of Port Charles have no qualms with intermingling male and female. They just pass on into the next musical chair. Yeah, but remember, he absolutely did not know that Nell was that Nell was Willow's sister. They all just found that out a few months ago, right? So that statement doesn't quite matter. And then Tulip says, that is so true. Just like Sam, can't they find another man for Sam other than the daddy, the daddy and the sons, uncles, and so forth? It's very sad. And then oh dear says Sam slept with the two brothers, Jason and Drew. Yes, she sure did. And had children by both. Slept with two more brothers and a child that died. Died. For one, her mother slept with the same two brothers. She slept with and had a child. Well, Sonny and Rick, that's right. She did sleep with Sonny and two, but she didn't sleep with Sam. Never slept with Rick because you said Sam slept with two brothers. Yeah, Jason and Drew. And I guess you went on to Alexis saying Alexis slept with Sonny and Rick, and Alexis has a child by Rick, and Alexis has a child. That is so true. Let's see. Dante says now he's gone on a second generation, which Dante, I say, they are a nasty set. If I live in Port Chuck, and I had a son, I would send him to any war in the country to fight just to get him out of Port Charles. Well, that's a little deep. But yeah, it is a little intermingled there. La Peaceful says, I think viewers need to realize that when certain actors don't want to come back, the character should not die with them. The original actor, Lucky, Ethan, Morgan, Courtney, and others do not want to come back. They need to, they change the story for the worse. Then the writers write them out. Yes, sometimes they kill them. Sometimes they kill them for ratings, right? Deborah says, Diane and Robert, very good. Letting Robert know that she was her own boss. She has a lot of clients, but she is her own boss. I like that too. And pointing out that all the shady stuff that he's done in his career. Yep, she put him in his place. Let's see if the new Ethan is anything like his dad. Luke, do Holly and Felicia have any hidden weapons? Look, we didn't see any, right? Like James Bond style. It seems that Robert was jealous of Sonny. He found out where Victor was instead of being okay with any help he could find, with any help with finding the boat. Liesl needs to be found or Willow will die and her children will grow up without a mother. Michael needs to stop his intense path of pain and inflicting on his whole family by hurting Sonny. He is not looking at the big picture. Michael needs to concern himself with his family, Willow, and his children. His mom, Carly, has moved on, so should Michael. Don't like Chase and Brooklyn. I think they will put them together. I think something will happen to Link, and Brooklyn will be arrested by Chase. Nah, Brooklyn's not going to be arrested. And Link, I think they'll write him off. That whole storyline and character is just needless. I think he'll be gone. Alicia says, I think Josh was upset that Sonny wasn't mad at her and Dex. And Alicia also said, we're so glad to see Sonny and Diane both put tight behind Robert in his place. Robert's past wasn't squeaky clean, and being a lawyer himself, he should know the difference between boss and client. Sonny reminded me of old Sonny when Nina asked for something. He did that quick head tilt and say something like that, you know. And then Sheila says, from the very beginning, Nina has treated Willow with such disdain. She has been scornful, condescending, and always talked down to Willow, including up until the time she discovered Willow's illness. That she was Willow's mother. Yeah, well, when she discovered Willow was sick, she didn't know she was her mother yet. Unlike Nina, Sonny never treated Michael with nothing but love and respect. Never during their difficult times in the past. Willow has every reason to treat Nina with a long-handed spoon, even if she forgives her. Sheila says, Diane is boss lady, love her. Lucy says, Diane is so cute and snarky with Robert. I know she was. Patricia says, I fell asleep until the name of Ethan came up. I wanted to see Nathan Parson, but the new blonde actor is very handsome and I'll give him a chance. You can see his handsome picture at James Ryan's voice actor. Okay. And then Ron says, Gregory acts diabetic with low sugar. He needs to come clean with his problem, which he did today, Ron. But his problem is he hates for anyone to do anything for him. The writing with Ethan is somewhat off the wall. $1 million bid for a grown man. I know. I wonder if Holly will win the bid. Well, we saw she did, but she didn't have the money, so Tracy won it. Hello there says, I think Gregory has multiple sclerosis. Well, they said what it was today. Oh, and then Lucy said, hello there. There's Gregory has Lou Gehrig's disease and there's no cure. He sure does. Definitely. We learned that today. Sandy says, Gregory, stop the madness and tell your son the doctor what's going on with you. Sonny will be at the wedding and Nina will beg her way into it. I hope she's not. Yeah, I kind of want Nina to be there, and I'm not a Nina fan, but I think Nina should. Lucy got off free and has never looked back. She hasn't even checked on Anna or thanked Sonny. She sure hasn't, because that's Lucy. Trina is going to do something to stop the ship's engine, just as it looks like they're about to see a Robert and Diane pairing. Here comes Holly. Oh, yeah, that's right. Holly is going to show up. Doggone it. Carrie says, I have to give the girls their props for going to bat on Chase's behalf. It took a woman to get the information a bunch of men couldn't get out of him, and she does it in only a matter of minutes. My mom and I feel the same way about Diane and Robert. I feel that family should be there for one another, no matter what the difference are between one another. How to me, family is family. And then, yes, I'm with you on the Ethan daily recap, lady. Hope to see you better soon. I'm getting better. Y'all. I've been wondering where Lucky is in all this Victor debacle going on. You know, Lucky. They'll bring Ethan back before they'll bring Lucky back. Denzel says, nah, the episode Robert got me tight and mad. Woo, hey. On this episode, like you, will be glad and happy that Sonny is sending his goons to get Lisa, Spencer, Trina out of that boat. Robert, you ain't perfect or good yourself. Look how many laws you broke. Woo, hey, I know what that acronym is, Denzel. I'm glad Diane put out the old fart Robert in his place. Keep up with them good vibes, my Black queen. Okay, thank you so much, Denzel. Michael says, I'm with you. Friday's episode set us up, and then this lesser set us up for this lesser Monday episode. And look, lesser Tuesday episode too. The Diane Roberts scene is very cute. I believe these two are going to be a good couple. I'm so tired of the Willow Cancer wedding thing. You're correct. Willow should, and I believe she will broker peace with Nina. I did like the Felicia Holly team up. The new Ethan looks more like Luke. Thanks for another great recap. And then O'Dear says, I forgot Chase slept with Nell. Yes, he sure did, didn't he? He slept with both Nell and Willow. Look, see, there we go. They both did a number on him. Nell blackmailed him, and Willow married him. Willow carried on with Michael behind his back. Willow did a mercy marriage because Chase wanted to marry her before he dies on his deathbed. And Willow did. And lo and behold, he didn't die. Willow and Michael were already in love and involved, and they tried to make a dying man's last few days happy. And gosh darn it, that man did not die. They both inherited bad characters from their crazy mother, Nina, who induced Ava's labor and stole her baby, and their grandmother, Madeline, who was equally as crazy and sold her daughters, Nina's children, and gave them away. That family is crazy. Obrecht is crazy. Got kids from crazy Faison. How Nathan was saying is beyond me. I know, and he was raised by Madeline, who was crazy. So Nathan lucked up. Britt was crazy. She stole Lulu's embryo. You can't keep up with the crazy in that family. Silas seemed sane enough, and Kiki had her head screwed on properly, even though she slept with Griffin that had a relationship with her mother. Yeah, she slept with Griffin to get back at Ava because Ava slept with Morgan. And P. Merle says, I said when Wiley meets his extended family, this kid is going to need therapy. And Lucy said, I was disappointed when those thugs took the bag off of that fellow's head, and Holly said, Ethan. He looked nothing like Ethan Lovett I knew and loved. And Anita said, ditto. They didn't bring back the original actor to play Ethan. And Monique said, Robert was being a hypocrite. How many times did Robert compromise himself and the law to get justice? And it seems like Nina is trying to prove herself to Sonny, claiming she can handle his lifestyle, but time will tell. Denzel said, facts. Wait, you didn't like how Robert went in on Sonny for no reason. Oh, he didn't like the way Robert was being a little snippy with Sonny. I don't get that either, folks. I don't understand that. But that's it for Comic Corner. Thank you all so much for your comments. I was able to get through all of these comments on today's daily recap for General Hospital. I will be back tomorrow, hopefully. Well, tomorrow's supposed to be a wedding. So what do you think, y'all? It's Wednesday. Are we going to see a wedding, or are we going to see some boat action? Maybe we'll see wedding and boat action. Maybe those are the two scenes we'll see. So I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.